Explosions, freakoffs, bribes. Diddy's not just on trial, his entire empire is under fire. The following video is a journalistic breakdown of an ongoing legal case. All information presented is based on publicly available testimony and verified news reports. This video does not aim to sensationalize, exploit any individual or event. It has been created strictly for educational, documentary and reporting purposes under fair use. Now that we've got the legal stuff out the way, let's talk about the trial that's making Hollywood, hip-hop and the internet lose its mind. Sean Diddy Combs, once known as Puff Daddy, is now staring down 5 felony charges. And we're not talking about tax evasion or a slap on the wrist assault case. We're talking about RICO, sex trafficking, prostitution transport, bribery, drugs, and freakoffs. Yes, freakoffs. Let's break it all down, because this trial is getting wilder by the day, and what's coming out in court sounds less like TMZ and more like a crime thriller with $1 billion soundtrack. Here's the official scorecard so far. 1 count of racketeering conspiracy, 2 counts of sex trafficking, 2 counts of transportation for prostitution. If convicted, Diddy could face 15 years to life in federal prison. Now, how do you even connect a hip-hop mogul to organized crime? The answer? RICO. The same law they used to put mob bosses in prison is now being aimed directly at Bad Boy's founder. RICO lets prosecutors drag in evidence from all angles, even things Diddy isn't directly charged with. So when witnesses say he broke into Kid Cudi's house, he offered me cash to stay quiet, he kept baby oil, ecstasy, ketamine and guns in a Louis Vuitton bag, that all counts. RICO builds a picture, a pattern, a criminal lifestyle, and the prosecution is painting that picture stroke by stroke. They're calling it the Combs Enterprise, a network of employees, bodyguards, assistants, and yes, escorts, all allegedly helping Diddy maintain control. Witnesses say it wasn't just sex, it was domination. Everything was scheduled, rehearsed, filmed, brutal. Cassie, Diddy's ex, said she was forced into freakoffs, drug-fueled sessions with strangers while Diddy directed like a film producer. And when she tried to leave, she said Diddy had control over her money, her apartment, her career, her entire life. And then came the witnesses. Kid Cudi confirmed the infamous rumor. Yes, his car was firebombed, allegedly after Diddy found out about a fling with Cassie. A former hotel security guard says Diddy offered him a wad of cash after allegedly beating Cassie. 2 male escorts say Diddy watched, recorded and directed their sessions with Cassie. A former assistant says he was forced to take a lie detector test and once had to circle back with 3 guns in the car. This isn't just messy, this is mob movie level madness. So what's Diddy's defense? They say he's just a flawed man, a little wild, but not a criminal. They admit the drugs, they admit the freaky lifestyle, but they say it was all consensual. So this is just a swinger being treated like a mobster. But when you hear dozens of stories, all eerily similar, it's hard to ignore the pattern. And under RICO, that pattern is everything. We're now entering week 3 of the trial, and the prosecution isn't done yet. More witnesses are expected, more recordings might surface, and when the rest, Diddy's team will finally get their shot. But the damage, it's already done. Because of the image of Diddy, the mogul has been shattered, and what's left is dark. Because if the prosecution is right, this wasn't just a man with too much money and too few boundaries. This was a calculated system, a man who allegedly filmed his power, paid for silence, and punished disobedience with violence. A man who built a legacy of music, but might have been building something much darker behind the scenes. We're talking about a billionaire mogul, once celebrated as a hip-hop pioneer, now being compared to organized crime bosses. And the scariest part? If this was all happening right under our noses for over a decade, who else knew? Who else helped? And how many more stories are still hiding in the shadows? This trial might be about Diddy, but the ripple effects, they could rock the entire industry. So what do you think? Is this a real case of real justice catching up to untouchable power? Or is the government trying to turn freaky into felony? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Smash the like button if you think this trial is about to explode, and hit subscribe, because this is only the beginning. I'll see you in the next one. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and stay out of Diddy's circle. There's a lot more videos to come as this trial is only just unfolding.